Hey, I'm Cordelia Kate, and today I'm going to show you how I use AI to pick my one money task every single day so that I can't hide in the busy work anymore. And be honest, you already know what tasks are going to move the needle on your business if you do them today. But the problem is that we often don't do them because we've got so many other really important things to be getting on with, and we do those things instead. I just did an episode about the Thinker, a system that captures my ideas and it evaluates them overnight. It helps me prioritize my workload and get everything down that I need to do. And it produces me a success day every day that tells me what I need to focus on today. Well, that is the brain. Today is the muscle, because I'm going to show you what you do with all of that organized thinking every single day. And by the way, if you haven't got the Thinker, if you haven't set all of that up, don't worry. This is still going to be so useful for you. In fact, this episode could be responsible for the next 10,000 you make in the next few days. Seriously, it's that powerful. I think you are going to absolutely love what I'm about to share with you, and it's going to change your life if you follow it and do it. And no, you don't need the Thinker, but if you have installed that system, this is going to take that to the next level like wildfire. So you're going to watch me run a prioritization session live in front of you. You're going to need Airtable, is what I use to organize all my tasks. Claude is my AI of choice. If you prefer ChatGPT, you do you, babe. It's fine. I'm going to be over on Claude doing this. And by the end of this video, you're going to have the exact prompt and the process to do this yourself tomorrow morning and every single day. And then you are going to have that bravery to be doing what you should be doing every day without a coach telling you to. Because look, you know what the money tasks are. You've always known, but it requires being visible. It requires asking for something. It requires risking a no. It requires having the balls. And sometimes we just want to stay hidden in the busy work. So what we do is we pick the safe thing. You know, the inbox needs clearing out. I've got to make that image on Canva. Oh, I need to do my content calendar, because those are all really important, but you know that they're not the things that are going to actually bring you the revenue this week, or they're not the things that are going to move the needle for you. I even made my own cookbook recently. And the worst bit is we know we're doing it, right? You know it. You sit there at the end of the day going, I was busy all day. I found so many things to do and I didn't do the one thing that actually matters. So basically, I've stopped letting myself make that decision. If the prioritization is left down to you, and then your avoidance kicks in and you come up with 100 other things that you need to do first, then if it's left to you and your human self, it's easy for it to be kicked by the wayside. So I've stopped prioritizing that myself, and I've outsourced the prioritization to Claude instead. Now, the concept is simple. 1 hour a day dedicated to money producing activities only. Just 1 hour a day. And even if there's only half an hour that I can donate in that day, I will find half an hour. And that 1 hour is selling, following up, nurturing warm prospects, posting offers, pitching something, ringing someone I'm terrified of, whatever it is. It has to be directly related, and it has to be money producing activities, nothing else. But the twist is that I don't pick the task. Claude picks it for me. Because if I pick it, I'm going to pick the comfortable thing. I'm going to pick the easy thing. Every single time, I'm going to pick the busy work. And so I've been doing this for a few weeks now, and it's generated real revenue. It's really moved things forward fast. I've been having real conversations. I've been creating real momentum. I've been making sales via the YouTube channel, passive sales. I've also been making higher ticket sales, not because the tasks are complicated, but because they're the ones I would have avoided beforehand, because it was easier for me to just be building a new piece of software or clearing out my inbox. So all you're going to need for this, if this sounds like, yes, okay, I'm ready to do the scary stuff and have it delegated to me, because that's what you did at work, right? You had someone delegate the important stuff to you. You did that because it was delegated. So it's like, Claude's going to delegate this stuff to you and you're going to be like, yes, and get on with it. So all you're going to need is your task list in one place. Better not be pen and paper, really, to be honest. I prefer pen and paper, but unless you want to be taking pictures and getting AI to decipher what your handwriting says, better to be on digital. It could be mem.ai, it could be notes on your computer. It doesn't really matter. But you've got to have all your tasks and your brain dump and all the things that needs to be out of your head and onto some digital paper. The tool doesn't matter where you've got them down. You just need to have them down. What's going to matter is the process I'm going to teach you today that's going to change the game. And I love Claude for this because I think Claude's a legend because he pushes back. Let's be honest. ChatGPT is a bit of a brown noser. Drop it in the comments if you agree, if you've experienced this. Every idea you ever have, it just agrees with you. It's like, yeah, I think you're amazing. I think you should do that. It's not helpful at all because I could be barking up the wrong tree and you could know better and you're not telling me. And then you say, oh no, but actually I think it's a really bad idea because of X, Y, Z. And it's like, yeah, I agree with you. It is. It's a terrible idea. But why did you agree with it in the first place? For God's sake. What Claude does is it pushes back and it says, no, you shouldn't do that for X reason. And then you have to go, yeah, but actually it's a good reason for X, Y, Z. And it's like, well, now you put it like that, maybe. I love that. It argues with you about what it thinks you should do, etc. And it's like having an actual person that you can bounce off. So for this kind of task, it's perfect for putting you in your place and it's helping me evaluate those tasks. And that's what we were talking about last week. But today we're building on that by thinking and honing in on those money producing tasks, the things that are the most scary. One thing I know about you, if you are in my audience, you're normally, most of the time, 99.9% of the time, somebody who is in your business doing what you do because you just want to help people and you want to make a difference and you just love what you do so much and you just know that you can really have an impact on other people's lives with what you do. And then the sales bit comes in and the money producing bit comes in. You're like, oh, it's necessary and I need the money and it's great, but it's not who I wanted to be. It's not how I wanted to show up. I didn't want it to be all about that. And so that for you specifically, this is really necessary because you are very likely to avoid it and walk away from it and put it to one side and ignore it and come back to it when you're like, oh my God, I've got to pay the team this month. And like, shit, we're up against the wall. And at that moment, it's not, your best work isn't coming out. Your best creativity isn't happening. If you're sitting on fire and your back's against the wall, you will find that it is the worst possible thing for actually coming up with good converting ideas. So if we're doing money producing activities every day and we're doing an hour a day or half an hour a day, we're not only keeping on top of things, but we're growing, we're building momentum. But we're moving into a different realm where we're building stuff that really matters and it's really making a difference to your business and enabling you to do what you do forever, for longer, for more. And that is what you want, right? You don't want to go out of business because you hid from the scary things. So before I show you the demo, I thought it'd be cool to share some examples for how this has been working for me, and I'll anonymize those, etc. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open up Claude and I'm going to open up a thread that I have primed that is going to do demo content with us. So I've set up a dummy thread and we're going to use dummy data. Now, in terms of giving you some examples, the thinker, actually, the one that I produced last week, had this idea that I could put together the thinker and turn it into a product and then sell it. And it was one of those ideas that I actually put in the thinker. I was like, I've got an idea that I can take this whole system that I've built and make a video about it for the channel. And then I can have a product that sits on the channel that can be, an evergreen product that people can buy if they just want to install it into their system. And that was one of those ideas that was parked over here. And when I set up my money producing activities, I said, right, I want you to go and analyze all of my ideas, my tasks in my thinker. And I want you to come back and tell me which have the best opportunity for money producing activities and which should I be focusing on, because I've made a commitment to myself that I'm going to stop focusing on the busy work and I'm going to make an hour a day of focusing on money producing activities. So I started this whole conversation and then it developed into me creating this thread. And I got Claude to just connect into Airtable and just create projects and create tasks for me. So it just went and created a new project and tasks on the thinker for creating the episode about the thinker. And those tasks were super chunked down. And then, of course, my success day was picking out what I would do. And so before I knew it, I'd chipped away at this thinker episode. I'd built the sales page, cart page, a product. It was all there ready to go. And the episode was ready to go and blah, blah, blah. And so I did it. And I would have avoided that because I was going live for an hour to walk you through a system and then pitch a product to you. And off the back of that, I've made sales of the thinker, which is awesome. So there's an example of how that's helped me to the money producing activities in terms of creating a project, but also there are sales calls that I've had or leads. Like, for instance, I had a wait list for live pods. So I help people to produce live shows, and I'm like a live show producer. That's what I do, and it's one of my products. And I have a wait list, and I reached out to the people on my wait list, and it was off the back of having this conversation with their daily money producing activities. Like, I'm full. Like, I was full at the time. So I have a wait list. I have one space coming up, and it was like, you've got one space coming up and you need to fill it. And like, it's got me filling that space and I'm still full. Like, I can't market and advertise any spaces for live show production because I am full. And it's off the back of following up with leads. And, that has resulted in me making, high ticket sales from just following up with that and not getting to a place where I'm like, oh shit, yeah, I need to now market this and like get people booked in and it's done. So just a couple of examples of that and how that's been working for me. Okay, so this has been set up as a dummy thread. Now, what I've done is I've given it a connector. So you've got here in Claude, you've got connectors, and you see you can connect it to different things, and you can hit manage connectors and you can connect it to Airtable. So it's got the Airtable MPC server here, and it's got access to all of these tables on Airtable. So I can say, go and have a look at this table, or build something into this table, or add this task to this table, and that's really, really cool to do that from here within Claude. And I'm not in Claude Cowork, by the way, I'm just in chat. And the difference between those two things is Cowork, every session, it doesn't have memory unless you are having a co-work session within a project. Whereas in chat, you've got the memory from Claude, and then also you've also got the whole thread that you've ran, right? So that's really nice. And what that means is that in chat, you can also get it to go and add things to co-work. You haven't then got to take this to co-work and be like, go and add this to Airtable. You can actually do that in the chat thread. And because it's got that connector, it will go and add things to your Airtable. And that's why I love using Airtable with Claude, because it's just so simple. Because what I've done is I've set up a demo that we can use. And it's just a simple demo that has a load of tasks on it. Now, John does a Monday session for us, live streams it, and it's the journaling process that I teach my clients, which is to brain dump everything and then organize your thoughts. And so if you do that and you are brain dumping and you've got all of your ideas and thoughts for tasks and things you should do, could do, would do, ideas and everything all on an Airtable, then you can get Claude to help you process and manage everything. And that's really, really cool. So we have this here demo content and how it's set up, and you can set yours up however makes sense to you. But we've got the task and like what it is. And then I like to link it to a project. For the purpose of this demo data, I haven't got that project housed anywhere other than in a drop down. Yeah, I would have like projects under another tab up here and then link them together like I showed you in the Thinker episode last week. But for the purpose of this, I've just got them in a drop down, and we've got client acquisition, group program launch, email funnel, website refresh, content and operations. And everything is just under one of those umbrellas. So you can do it like that. But if you've also want to have like other projects and have a description of that project and have, tasks sitting under that, then you can also set up a more sophisticated system that can handle that. For the purpose of this demo, we're just doing it in a simplified way. Now, we've got priority, how important they are. I think the most obvious way to prioritize is to know what your current goals and what's important for your business right now. That's not always revenue. That could be, we need to launch a new agency, or we need to turn the membership we've got into a mastermind, or we need to hit the Q4 goal of having 100,000 people on our email list. Whatever your goals and priorities are in your business right now, then you measure whether this is low, medium, high, critical in relation to that. And then we've got the status. Have you started this task or not? How long roughly it's going to take? And what type of task is it? A money task or busy work? Is it creating content? Is it infrastructure? Is it research? Is it a quick win? Now, I would not have the stamina to sit and organize all of this task by task. So what I really love is just being able to brain dump and then getting AI to figure all of that out for me and just organize it for me. That's really nice, isn't it? And then we've got some notes. So it just gives us some insight as to like context as to what this task is about. So we've got send follow-up email to Sarah, who inquired about one-to-one coaching last Thursday. Notes, she asked for pricing and I never replied. It's been 6 days. Oh my God, let me shake you. Like now you're going to have the money producing activities situation in place. That won't happen anymore. That's a thing that Claude's never going to let you get away with that ever again. No, never again. Is that ever going to be a thing? This is demo data, guys. Just want to reiterate that I haven't actually looked into what it's created. I've asked Claude to create demo data for me, and it's we've got nobody reads it. Update the FAQ section on the website. Nobody reads it. How do you know that? The next thing that we need is we need Claude. Now look, I've got Claude already knows the base ID, but then the table ID and blah blah blah. All you need to do is get the link and be like, here's my Airtable. And if you're using Notes app or whatever you're using, just enable it to link into that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste this prompt that I made earlier. That's fine. So I've got it in text edit. There we go. Here is the prompt that we're going to use. Now, this is going to become a thread that you consistently use. You don't want to start a new chat every time you do this. Just keep it all going on one full thread. And then if you star that thread, so if I show you, I've got mine here. It's starred under daily money hour strategy. It's there. This is the demo one. But if you star it, it'll just keep it at the top there. So I want to use this thread for daily money producing activity sessions. Every day I'll come here and say, hit me to start a session. When I do, here's what you do. Number one, ask me 2 things. How much time have I got? And what's my energy level? I want you to pull my tasks from Airtable on this base here, filter out anything marked as done, and then read the notes column. That's where the honesty lives. Read them out. Give me the one task closest to putting money in the account. Be direct. And if I've been avoiding it, say so. If the comfortable options are traps, call them out. Then stay with me and help me do the task, draft the email, write the post, prep the call. Don't just recommend and leave. Rules, only money tasks, selling, following up with warm leads, nurturing, prospecting, posting, offers, having sales conversations. Rank by proximity to cash. This week beats next month. Be warm, but honest. You're a PA who wants me to win, not a therapist. And at the end of the session, suggest what to prep next time. So I'm going to put that in. Now, this is now my money producing activity thread. This is going to stay here in Claude. I'm going to use this every time, every day. I'm going to come into here and I'm going to say, hit me. And it's going to ask me those 2 questions really slowly. Okay, how much time have I got? Oh, I've got a full hour today. And what's my energy level? High. Let's go. Okay. And now it's going to have a look at that Airtable and it's going to analyze. Okay. So here we go. Right. I've got a full task list. Let me lay out what's really going on here. Here are the money tasks ranked by how close they are to actual cash. 1, send invoice to Pete, 5 minutes. Your own note says this is literally unpaid money sitting on the table. That's not a task. Alex. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm Alex in this demo. That's not a task, Alex. That's money you've already earned that you haven't collected. Reply to Sarah about one-to-one coaching. She asked for pricing 6 days ago. She's going cold as we speak. And so basically it's ranking everything. And then it's like, you've got an hour and high energy. We're not doing one task. We're doing the cash blitz. Here's the order. First 5 minutes, send Pete the invoice. That's money earned, money owed, money collected, not drafting needed. Just send it. Next 15 minutes, reply to Sarah with pricing. Next 10 minutes, reply to Marcus about payment plans. I'll draft that too. And then send Joe's proposal. I'll help you write it. Now, look, let's be honest. You might not have a load of people sat here waiting for proposals and waiting for you to invoice them. And I get that. I hear that. But if you don't have those things, it's going to scan what's most likely to get you there. And if you don't have those things down, it's going to make a suggestion that you should go look for something. You should go do something, go set something up. And it's going to move you closer to it. And I'm telling you, when you're having this thread and you're going to come back and you'll be like, I did it. I sent the email. Let's do that now. We're going to go, okay, I sent Pete the invoice. Let's see if he pays. Yeah, write me the email. And now we're in that workflow. We're like in the mode where we're doing the doing and we're getting the stuff done. Now, Sarah, she asked about one-to-one coaching pricing 6 days ago. The goal here is simple. Reply, give her what she asked for, and open the door to a conversation. No over-explaining, no apologizing for the delay, and it's creating the email for me. Now, it doesn't have any info on Sarah. What I would probably do at this point is go get the transcript from the call so that it's like really tight on what we actually spoke about, and it's not just sending something vague, because it will create vagueness without having the details. You see, it's just kind of made something up. Here's how it works. We do a 12-week block with a session every week. It's probably going to know at this point a lot about your business and what it is that you do. It's not going to need loads of information about you, but the more information it can have about Sarah, the better. So it'd be a really good idea for you to go and get that transcript, paste it in here, and then say, can you take this information and tighten up that email? And so you're basically just going to follow through those steps. And what I really love about this is if you really don't have much today in terms of energy and time, you just say that and it just finds something simple, but then it's at least you've taken that step towards your money producing activities for that day. And yeah, that is how we do an hour, up to an hour of money producing activities on a daily basis. Once you've got all your priorities and your tasks and your ideas, you've got them all organized into something like Airtable, it unlocks the power of you to be able to then use AI to help you delegate and help you manage what is the most important thing for you to focus on. And I'm telling you, it's life-changing. It's absolutely life-changing, because one thing that we're missing as business owners is that CEO or that director going, do this, do that, do this. We're left to our own devices all the time to pick the thing that's most important for us to do. And often that thing requires you to get outside your comfort zone and do something scary. And so of course you're going to avoid it. Why are you going to put that on your own plate? But if it's put on your plate for you and you're reminded, yeah, this is what you need to eat right now, you're going to be like, yeah, it's true. Okay, I'll do it. And it chunks it down and makes it more simple for you to do that as well. It's not as big a thing, and it's much more manageable for you to be able to achieve. So off the back of this, if you want to just have those copy and paste prompts, all you need to do is, if you scan that QR code, you can go and grab a step-by-step guide that I've put together for you called Your Daily Money Hour. And it gives you the prompt that you can just copy and paste to set up that thread, and then have that thread and use that. So all you have to do is go hit me every day. And what that's going to do is then go through and show you what it is that's going to bring you the most money out of everything that you've got going on. It takes you to the school community. And inside the school community, I have a classroom that has all of the videos with all of the playbooks that I create for every single video on the channel. You can buy them all individually in the store for like $9, but you can also just get them as part of this membership on school, which is $4 a month, and you have access to it all. And you have a free trial, so you can jump in today and get it for free, basically. So if you scan that QR code, and then I'll also pop the link in the chat for you, in the comments for you, in the description. And so, yeah, that is going to enable you to go and get into the school community on a free trial, and then click that link again, and it will take you directly to the page that the PDF is on. I hope that has helped. See you next week, guys. We're all millionaires. Until then, stay safe, stay happy, lots of love. Bye.